Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through all the noise out there and give you some real clarity, some actionable insights. Today, we're tackling something, well, it's fundamental, really, for your online success. We're diving into WordPress hosting for 2025. There are thousands of providers. Seems like a blizzard of features. Trying to pick the right one, it can feel overwhelming, like finding a needle in a digital haystack. But hey, don't worry, you're not alone in this. Our whole mission today is to slice through that confusion. We're going to give you a clear, data-driven deep dive into the very best WordPress hosting options for this year. Okay, let's unpack this, because getting this right, it's not just tech stuff, it's strategic.
It really is, yeah. And what's fascinating, I think, is just how deep this decision goes, how it affects your whole online strategy. I mean, think about it. WordPress powers, what, over 40% of the entire web now, so you're hosting. It directly controls pretty much everything, how fast your site loads, if it's even online, how safe it is from attacks, how it handles busy periods, and yeah, ultimately your revenue. A bad choice here isn't just, annoying. It means lost visitors, maybe higher bounce rates, your SEO could tank. It hits your bottom line hard. But getting it right, making a choice based on data, that's not just about being efficient. It's a serious competitive advantage. It's basically building a solid foundation for, well, everything you do online.
Right. And when we say data-driven, we're not just, throwing that term around. This isn't based on somebody's opinion or what worked for them maybe once. No, here's where it gets really interesting. We've actually put together a pretty comprehensive independent analysis to get these insights.
That's exactly right. Our method, it's pretty rigorous. We really wanted to mimic real-world use. So we did independent 24/7 testing. We set up identical WordPress sites on every single host we looked at. Then we measured the critical stuff, things like time to first byte TTFB. That's how fast the server even starts responding. We tracked uptime percentages constantly, how quickly the hosts handled, like simulated busy periods, load spikes. And, this is key, we folded in actual user feedback from thousands of customers, real experiences. Plus, for total transparency, all our invoices, the URLs we tested, the full methods, it's all documented publicly. So you get this balanced view, right? Hard performance numbers and what real users think. Objective.
Yeah, that transparency, that constant testing. It means you're getting a genuinely fair, unbiased comparison. It gives you the confidence, hopefully, to make a choice based on, actual facts. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about the top contenders, starting with the one that really just dominated our analysis. Earning a perfect 10 out of 10 on our hosting step score, WP Engine. They really did stand out in our tests.
Really?
The unrivaled leader.
Oh, absolutely. Their performance numbers were just, well, exceptional. This was in our Jan-Feb 2025 tests. They hit an incredibly low 356 milliseconds for TTFB. That's basically instant response for your users. And uptime, a perfect 100%. Your site's just always there. Load handling, even under stress, was just 19 milliseconds. Really impressive. But it's not only the raw speed, right? WP Engine offers, enterprise-level security, a whole global network of data centers for speed everywhere, and genuinely expert support 24/7. They claim a 3-minute average response. They even handle migrations seamlessly. Got specialists to help you switch over without headaches.
Okay, but all that top-tier stuff, it naturally comes with a premium price. WP Engine starts around $20 a month. And it's worth pointing out some of the really advanced performance monitoring tools. They're often only on the higher-end enterprise plans. And you might run into some resource limits on those entry-level plans, too. Something to keep in mind if your site suddenly, blows up.
Yeah, exactly. So if we connect this back to the bigger picture, WP Engine is pretty clearly the go-to for business-critical sites. Sites where speed, reliability, security, they're just non-negotiable. Think big e-commerce stores, membership sites, maybe SaaS platforms, where even a minute of downtime costs real money, or a slow page loses a sale. For those kinds of businesses, that higher price, it's not really an expense, it's more like a strategic investment, almost like insurance for their revenue, especially during, say, Black Friday or big launches. It pays off directly in lower bounce rates, better conversions, and just solid user trust.
That's a really important point. Not every site needs the Ferrari of hosting, right? For a lot of people, it's about hitting that sweet spot. Good speed, good reliability, but without breaking the bank. So if WP Engine is for the high-stakes players, where should folks look for great all-around value that still delivers? Our next couple of options really nail this, I think. Let's start with SiteGround.
Yeah, SiteGround, it definitely earns its title. Best all-purpose hosting for most users. It's built entirely on Google Cloud infrastructure, which right away gives it this inherent reliability and performance boost. Our tests this year confirm that. Rock solid, 100% uptime. And a very decent average page load time, 397 milliseconds. Plus, users seem to love it, 4.9 out of 5 satisfaction rating. The advantages. Well, it has a really beginner-friendly control panel. Their support's excellent 24/7 chat, phone, tickets. You get a free domain the first year, and they have built-in caching and optimization tools that speed things up without you needing to be a tech expert. Now, there are a couple of things to watch. Storage on the entry plan is 10 GB, which, might be tight if you have a ton of images or videos. And the price, it starts really attractively, like $2.99 a month.
Right.
But the renewal rates, they jump up quite a bit after that first promo period. Still, WP Beginner rates it A++ up. They see it as a top pick for small businesses, agencies, blogs, anyone needing something powerful but also easy to use.
That mix of features, performance, and good support really does make it compelling for a lot of people. Okay, now if you're looking for maybe an even more aggressive price point, Hostinger has been making some serious waves. They've grown incredibly fast, and their pricing is super competitive.
Hostinger, yeah, they definitely stand out as best value and fastest growing host. You can see starting prices as low as $2.49 a month, which is pretty remarkable, though usually that's for a longer term plan. They back it with a 99% performance guarantee, money back policy too, and our test showed a really impressive average load time, 374 milliseconds. Faster than SiteGround, actually. Pros. They've got this integrated AI website builder, makes setup super easy for newbies. They use Lightspeed acceleration, that's a newer web server tech, much faster than the older stuff, handles more traffic better, gives you a speed boost right away. Plus, most plans let you host up to 25 websites. Great for hobbyists with multiple sites or small agencies. And you get free SSO weekly backups. On the downside, that super low price often means locking in for 4 years. That's a long commitment. Support is mostly chat only. If you really prefer phone support, that might be an issue. Storage can be a bit limited on the entry plans too, and they don't have quite as many global data centers as the premium guys. But still, like TechRadar said, it's ideal for beginners and multi-site hobbyists seeking maximum value. Powerful option if those trade-offs work for you.
Okay, so we've hit the leader, we've hit some amazing value options, but hang on a sec. Before we jump into more choices, let's talk about the pitfalls. Because picking a host isn't just about finding a good one on a list, right? It's also about avoiding the traps. I had this client once. They grabbed an unlimited storage deal, only to find out unlimited meant, well, unlimited until you actually use a decent amount, then boom, throttled. Felt like a total bait and switch. So this part, it's really crucial for anyone listening. Knowing these common hosting pitfalls can save you so much headache, and honestly, probably money too.
That's such a good point. And your client's story, it nails the first pitfall perfectly. Marketing hype versus reality. You see unlimited everything, disk-based bandwidth, emails. But dig into the terms. There are almost always fair usage policies or hidden caps. They just don't shout about those. You really need to focus on the independently verified data, the actual terms, not just the flashy claims on the homepage. If it sounds way too good to be true, it probably is. Second trap. Hidden costs. Oh, this is a big one. Watch those renewal prices like a hawk. It's super common for the price to double, even triple, after that initial cheap period runs out. Also, check the backup system. Is it really comprehensive, or do you need to pay extra for decent backups? And support tiers. Sometimes the really fast expert help costs more. Those add-ons can kill your initial savings fast. Third thing, contract lock-ins. To get those super low advertised rates, lots of hosts make you commit for 3, sometimes 4 years. You absolutely have to calculate the total cost over that whole period, not just the flashy monthly price. That $2.49 a month deal suddenly looks different when you multiply it by 48 months, right? And finally, support quality variations. Okay, everyone says 24/7 expert WordPress support. Sounds great. But the actual quality, it varies wildly. Don't just assume 24/7 equals good support. Look for reviews about actual response times, whether the support staff really knows WordPress or if they're just reading scripts. Dealing with slow, unhelpful support can be just as frustrating as a slow website.
Absolutely. Just being aware of those things makes you a much savvier shopper. Helps you dodge those nasty surprises. Okay, so keeping those warnings firmly in mind, let's circle back to some other names, some trusted veterans and maybe some specialist options. What about Bluehost? That's a name loads of people will recognize. Been around forever.
Bluehost, yeah, definitely a trusted veteran. And they've got that official WordPress.org recommendation going back to 2005 that carries weight. Our tests show it starts really cheap, $1.99 a month sometimes. Uptime is solid, 99.99% consistently. Page load time averaged 1.2 seconds. Strengths! That official nod from WordPress.org, free domain first year, super easy one-click WordPress setup. Decent security options and plans that scale up. It's designed to be simple. The weaknesses, though, While that 1.2-second load time, it's noticeably slower than the premium guys like WP Engine or even SiteGround. You might also find some upselling during the checkout process, and like many others, those renewal rates are higher. Connects right back to that hidden cost pitfall. But again, WP Beginner gives it an A++ score. They see it as best overall for beginners, sites that are just starting to grow. So yeah, solid, dependable choice, especially if ease of use and that initial low cost are your main focus.
Solid and dependable, especially for starters. Got it. Now, for something a bit different, catering more to a specific need, maybe raw speed and really dedicated support, let's look at WPX Hosting. Is this kind of like a secret weapon for certain users?
You could definitely call it that. WPX Hosting is really positioned for high performance for growing businesses. Starts around $20.83 a month. They offer 99.95% uptime guarantee, and here's the kicker: an average support response time of 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds, that's incredibly fast. Other advantages, they use Redis object caching, basically preloads common data to speed things up dramatically. They also boast high PHP worker counts. That just means the server can handle way more simultaneous requests without slowing down. Keeps your site snappy under load. Plus, they throw in free site speed optimization help, strong DDoS protection, and free malware removal. That feature set makes it super popular with agencies, high-traffic blogs, serious pros who need top speed, and basically instant support. Disadvantages? Well, starting price is higher. And storage is limited, 15 GB on the entry plan, so maybe not for huge media archives. And they have fewer global data centers than some bigger players. It's definitely a specialist choice. For those who prioritize that raw performance and near-instant expert help above pretty much everything else.
That's a great clarification. Very specific use case there. Okay, let's group a couple more together. Reliable mid-tier options that seem to perform pretty consistently well for a wide range of users. DreamHost and InMotion. When might someone specifically choose one of these over, say, SiteGround or Bluehost? What's their niche?
Yeah, DreamHost and InMotion, they're established players. Reliable workhorses, really. They offer a good balance of performance and value. Probably best suited for small to medium sites, maybe with moderate traffic. Looking at DreamHost first, starts at $2.59 a month. Free domain. Average load time we saw was 439 milliseconds. They also really emphasize privacy, include free domain privacy, and they offer this huge 97-day money-back guarantee, almost unheard of. Then InMotion, $2.29 a month, but that's with a big 81% discount for the first year. Load time was 636 milliseconds. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee too. They tend to highlight their US-based support and include the BoldGrid site builder. Both of them generally offer solid uptime, free backups, plans that you can scale up later. But, performance is typically a bit slower than the elite hosts like WP Engine. And they might have fewer data centers globally to kind of carve out a space for people who value that long-standing reputation, specific guarantees like the long money-back periods. Maybe it's less about having the absolute fastest speed and more about consistent, dependable service you can trust.
Good distinctions there. And while we obviously can't deep dive every single host out there, it's probably worth just briefly mentioning a couple of others that people might come across, especially if they have really niche needs.
Oh, for sure. Like AccuWeb Hosting. They have budget plans. $2.99 Staxi a month. Pros include unlimited websites on some plans, decent DDoS protection. Might appeal if you need robust security on a really tight budget. Cons are less brand recognition, maybe a smaller support team. Then there's Liquid Web. They do premium managed plans, starting higher around $3.50, but with really serious enterprise-grade infrastructure, 100% power uptime guarantee. That's for users needing heavy-duty managed hosting, maybe not needing the WP-specific stuff of WP Engine, or liking a more hands-on managed approach. Downside is higher price, interface can be complex for beginners, and of course, GoDaddy. Huge brand recognition, always running promotions, massive product ecosystem. But yeah, reviews on speed and support quality are often pretty mixed, and they are known for aggressive upselling touches back on those pitfalls again. These are often more niche choices, or maybe have specific appeal, but good to be aware they exist.
Okay, wow. That is a fantastic, really comprehensive look at the WordPress hosting landscape for 2025. We've covered the premium leader, the amazing value picks, the trusted veterans, those high-performance specialists, and maybe most importantly, we've really highlighted those common pitfalls that can trip you up and derail things.
Yeah, and this kind of raises the key question for you listening right now. What's the bottom line here? It's really that there isn't one single best host for everyone. It just doesn't work that way. Your choice has to be meticulously based on your specific situation. Think hard about your current traffic, your realistic budget, what kind of support you think you'll actually need, your plans for growth, scalability. Those personal factors, that's what guides you to the right decision for your website, not just whoever's fastest on paper, whoever's cheapest this month.
Exactly. And what this all really boils down to, as you get your site ready for 2025 and look ahead, choosing the right WordPress host It isn't just picking a utility provider, it's making a strategic investment in the future, the resilience, the growth potential of your entire online presence. Don't just host your website, you need to empower it.
Couldn't have said it better. A smart, strategic investment in quality hosting. It unlocks your site's full potential for 2025 and well beyond. It translates directly into tangible benefits. A better experience for your users, consistently. That leads to higher search rankings, stronger trust from visitors, and ultimately, better conversion rates for whatever your goal is, sales, leads, signups. This isn't just about picking a server somewhere. It's truly about laying the foundation that lets your online ambitions not just survive, but actually flourish and thrive in today's really competitive digital world.